and you know, one of the things about that, especially when it comes to Bruce Dern, a thing that you do in the film that's really terrific, that I always get a fun out of, especially when it comes to genre films, is you do a big reversal in the casting of you playing the bad guy, and Bruce Dern, who was the quintessential 60s, early 70s bad guy in Westerns.
Yeah.
And the movie starts off like you are the good guy, and he is the bad guy, and then you flip the script, as the young kids say nowadays.
Well, that's what fascinated me about this script. The way, you know, they're the law, and they're the bad guys. I always was intrigued with that flip over. And I always liked to play a bad guy. You know, it's much more fun. I mean, to be the good guy. The bad guy has more fun.
And also, one of the things that's cool for a movie that has so much action and such a provocative storyline idea, it really is an actor piece. There are just so many pieces of the film that are just two characters squaring off against each other.
I'm glad to hear you say that. No, this is the first time Quentin and Dad have had this experience that the director was as famous as you like the pictures, because when you said you were going to do one of my pictures, I said, well, I guess Spartacus or Lust for Life or maybe the Vikings. No, it's just Posse. You know what? Today you made me, I have to see the first part of the picture.
Now, one of the things that's also really terrific about the movie, and in its own way, it really it exemplifies this almost as well as any movie does. One of the things that I always thought is wonderful about the Western genre is there's no genre in cinema that reflects the decades in which it was made more than Westerns. The Westerns of the 30s tell you about America in the 30s and what America held dear. The Westerns of the 50s reflected the mindset of America in the 50s. You know, the closest thing that they ever had to film noir Westerns were in the 40s. Well, starting from the mid-60s into the early 70s was the beginning of the myth-shattering Westerns, the cynical Westerns. Everything we learned was a lie, and everyone was on the tape. Wyatt Earp was full of shit, all that kind of stuff. And it was about debunking everything. But your film is interesting because it fits into that, but there's another gigantic wrinkle that tells you the time it was made. It was made post-Watergate. And this is, as far as I'm concerned, the only Watergate Western.
Before any of you were born, I used to watch every Saturday Tom Mix. That Tom Mix, that was silent pictures. And every week he would be in a death-defying situation, a cliffhanger, and then you had to come back the next week to see how he got out of it. And kids of my age, I was about 8, then who was very affected by it. But then, a few years later, Socrates came in. And Hal Joseph made and you know, you take it for granted now, but when I was a kid, 10 years old, they were talking on the screen. Of course, I never realized that someday I would be riding the horse and I would be talking. But movies are very, very powerful all over the world. And the movies we make, Inglourious and Basterds, will be seen all over the world and we have an impact. And Hollywood is a great representative of America. And that creates a goodwill with all the countries. So that's why, as I get older, I have more appreciation for people like Quentin Tarantino that make such wonderful movies. Because those movies will be seen in every country of the world.